Welcome everyone. Today I'm going to discuss about supply chain and supply chain innovations. The primary focus in supply chain management is very important, and through this process we can learn many interesting things. So the primary focus in supply chain management in managing the movement of retail material, raw material and component part flow from supply to manufacturer and are converted into finished product. Finished goods are then transported to the final consumer through several intermediate organizations. A service supply chain may not involve the movement of material but involve the design of interlinked operation. Wine supply chain: grape grower, wine producer, bulk distributor, transit seller, fill and packers, finished good distributor, retailer. Tourism supply chain: tourism and tourist operations are the customer. The retail are travel agents and the travel agencies. Other partners include reports, hotel, airline, and cruise ships, etc. Top performance supply chain. The top performance supply chain process three very different qualities. Great supply chain are agile. They react speedy to sudden changes in demand or supply. They adopt over time as market structure and strategies evolve. The agile, the interest of all the firm in the supply network. Only supply chain that are agile, adaptable, and agile provide companies with sustainable competitive advantage. Framework to match demand and supply uncertainties. Li Hua has integrated product uncertainty with supply uncertainty and has proposed a two-dimensional matrix for design supply chain. He has created supply chain as efficient, responsive, risk-hedge, agile, supply uncertain, low or agile, demand uncertainty, low, effective supply chain and risk-hedge. On the other hand, for supply uncertainty, for demand uncertainty, high, for stable process, responsive supply chains, and agile support. Product characteristics influence supply chain. Product characteristics are important in designing a supply chain. According to Fisher, these characters include product life cycle, demand predictability, product variables, market standard for lead times and service. Based on demand pattern, product fall into one of two categories: functional. Another one is innovation. Ideal supply chain strategy: more efficient for function product, more responsive for innovative product. Phase of a supply chain: competitive, conflict, collaboration, coordinations, issue span across all stages of a supply chain. Design of supply chain therefore involve not only minimize the cost of moving material but also minimize the interactive behavior relationship among supply chain partners. Supply chain management consists of the three distinct phases: acquisition chain, purchase of material, transformation process, productions of goods, distribution chain, distribution of finished product. Phase of supply chain. In this presentation, we will focus on acquisition chain, the function and activities in the acquisition chain aimed at the OEM. Supply to the OEM are called first tier suppliers, second tier suppliers to first tier, third tier, or second, and so forth. Distribution chain. The function and activities in the distribution chain start from OEM manufacturer and end with the final consumer. There are some functions that are common to both phases. On the other hand, there are functions that are unique to each phase. OEM, original equipment manufacturer. Acquisition chain management. Acquisition chain represents all partners that are linked to provide raw materials, component part, and special service to a manufacturer company. Material management is the bulk of acquisition chain activities. The main classes of material have to be purchased and managed include raw material, component parts, and subsymbolis. Finished product can be also produced as part of the overall make or buy strategies of a company. Two system measures, turnover and a day of inventory, are very helpful for monitoring how well purchase and inventory managers do their job. Acquisition chain management connect the external source of supply to the internal schedule. System perspective of a material management for incoming stock. Some companies have external control over shipment of finished goods or to distributors and customer as part of MMM. Other companies limit MMM to the regulations and use of incoming stock. Figure of RH S shows the function that must be coordinated. Demand for stock offers maintenance, engineering, design, research, and development. Purchase is in specialized by type of items. Supply from all over the world. The offer of the Vice President of Material Management. Inventory management, purchase record, accounting, take care of accounting payable, receiving, keep records of the deliver, inspections of all incoming material is before production, use, or warehouse. Function of purchase. There are different kind of activities we have to be observed. There are different kind of things we need to be careful about. There are different kind of initiative we must need to be careful about function and other things. Ordering the right quantity of material meeting all quality standard at the best possible price. Receiving materials, inspections the incoming goods, selection of suppliers and vendors, develop stable relationship with simple suppliers or vendors. Keep track of engineering design changes that may affect material requirement. Purchase must be adopted at coordinating the material that are needed to start up. The purchase function is primarily concerned with managing vendors and suppliers. The distinction between vendors and suppliers is a material of local uses. Changing of role purchase. The traditional role of purchasing agent has been to bring the organization the need suppliers. The role of changing and becoming more integrated within the organization. The purchasing department in the 21st century also function as an information gathering agency. Purchasing is expected to be on top of new materials, new suppliers, new distribution channel, new price, new technology, new process that produce quality level previously not attainable. The role new requires is based on having wide and informed net of important information. Up-to-date purchasing department have a global react via satellites and telecommunication capabilities that constantly expand horizontals. Changing role of purchasing. Source has become a global system term. Purchasing department must be responsive to the marketing strategy of various suppliers from whom they obtain required material. The price tag approach has been thrown out of the favor of a long-term relationship with special trusted suppliers. Make or buy decisions by POM are influenced by the information that purchasing can provide. The decision often depend on the terms to buy, including price, quality, delivery, information, among other considerations, which purchasing learn about and communicate to the P or MOM team. Purchasing agent. Purchasing agent are responsible for carrying out function of purchase. When the purchasing process is technical, the purchasing agent may be an engineer or a person who has worked with the production department. It is important that PA document the history of purchasing, include what the cost were, who the major suppliers were, what discounts were obtained, what quality level were achieved, and delivery period for a specific item. The skill and experience of purchasing agent are not readily transferable between and different industries. They may vary between companies even in the same industry. Purchasing agent. Differentiation exists by type of material, buying and shipping terms, and supply purchasing traditions. Purchasing agent makes buying decisions that involve enormous amount of money. Ethics of PA are very important for any company. The fact that suppliers influence purchasing decisions through gift is not considered illegal or unethical in some place in the world. Culture and legal factors can play major role in determining PA success in global sources. Receive inspections and storage. Receive and shipping books have to properly design for this process. After uploading supplies, there is usually an assigned area to sort them. Cross-book docking may be used to transfer goods from incoming truck a receive dock of outing truck at the shipping docks. Designing of such facilities differ depending upon type of supplies upload, what the supplies are unload from, what they are unload and to where they go. Smart warehouse that use barcodes and FRID permits optimal use of shortage space and minimal time for retrieval. Requirement bids for before purchase. Bidding is a process by which the buyer requests competitions companies to specify price, delivery dates, quality specification, other check and assurance. Bids can be requested where the price is fixed and the creativity and quality of the solution is at stake. Advertising agency bid for account that have a set budget. Consulting organization work under a specific budget allocation. Requiring bids before purchase. The main focus in bidding cases is to satisfy a constituency that purchase made under its watch has been made at the lowest reasonable cost. Many companies use BARs to provide assurance the purchasing decisions are not influenced by gift of any kind. Bidding is a useful protection when suspicious exists that specific purchasing deals are being made between suppliers and company personnel. Many industries, particularly government agencies, are legally required to use bidding procedures for buying items that cost more than a given amount. Requiring bid before purchase. Cost of purchasing are likely to do decrease by innovative more companies. However, a low bid may not produce quality work. With a large number of bidding, quality suppliers may leave the bidding process. Oligopolies. Manager bidding can be closely processed because it requires evaluations of vendors of multiple criteria, cost of reviewing each company. E-auction and bidding model. Use of internet for auction is increasing. E-auction have become popular for both forward and reverse auctions. Forward auction several buyers, one sellers. Reverse auction several sellers and one buyer. E-auction can be used for consumer to consumers. E-commerce vendors focus on business to business, and e-procurement auction bidding models rely on probability analysis. Certification of supply. Certification organization need to be certified to assure conformance with standards. Certifications may be required for a supplier is allowed to participate. Certificates is expensive. It is time consuming. Certificates help in developing long-term relationship. Potential supply are advised how to upgrade those capabilities. A comprehensive dynamic system plan alter conditions for certification over time in time with the company strategies. Certification of supplier. Weighing procedures include formal evaluation of price, quality, delivery time, and the ability to improve all three. Sourcing model are very useful to evaluate and clarify a group of vendors. Accepted suppliers are regularly reviewing to make certain that are maintain their winning status. Global source trained and McKinsey distinguish between international purchase and global source. International purchase involve a commercial transactions between a buyer and a supplier. Global source, on the other hand, involve integration and coordination, common item, material, process, technology, design, and supply. Global source. Executive commitment to global source, resource and well-defined process, available of the need resources, integration through information technology, support obligations and design, structure, approaches to communication, methodologies for measuring savings. These are very important global source. Besides that, procurement design in the era of globalization are no longer based on entirely on understanding of dry purchase. And over dependency on the faster supplies is dangerous for OEM. A manufacturing may be a difficult situation if its contract manufacturing become its competitor. To avoid such a situation, the OEM should do the following: modesty about revealing one's secret, caution about whom one's consort with, a judicious degree of intimacy, use surplus intellectual property to enter market beyond those. Distribution chain. The distribution chains starts when an item has been manufactured. The objective is to deliver the product to consumer at the right time and at minimum cost. This decision is supply chain. The distribution chain show below consists of manufacturing, distributors, wholesales, and retails. A partner to the right is called a downstream partner. A partner to the left is called an upstream partner. The retailer is a downstream partner of wholesaler, and distributor is an upstream partner. Material flow downstream and other flow upstream. Information flow in both direction. Decision of supply. Ship the product directly to the retail or have intermediate partner. Use of e-channel, mixed channel, number of wholesale. Local decision. Local of the manufacturing plant and multiple plant, location of the supply chain partner, decision in supply chain, mode of the transfer, truck, train, airplane, and ship, extent of vertical integration. A manufacturing company is a consider more vertical integration if it's own the intermediaries. So we can think about e-bus, logistic, forecasting, and inventory. EBUS. EBUS is a multi-dimension discipline that involves application of technology, study of customer, identification of internal organization environment, study of the relationship among partner in the supply, development of collaborative strategies, development of analytical model. So competitive conflict and collaboration control. Basically, suppliers compete to win the manufacturing supplies, retails compete among themselves for increase their market shares, manufacturing compete with their own retail by opening parallel internal channels. Some of the strategies to reduce conflict include revision in the wholesale price, divisions of the customer to the direct channel by the research for its commissions, fulfilling the demand only through the resellers, the retail add other features and value to defend his or her product, the manufacturing make a wide shipment of the retail to reduce conflict. These are the different kind of values and other things we can discuss. We can think about supply chains, and through these supply chains we can develop different kind of innovative solutions, and this innovative solution can solve present situation problem. So I ask everyone, if you have any kind of question regarding supply chains, you can communicate with World Talent Economy Forum and School of Talent Economy, and by this way we can grow a sustainable ecosystem. If you have any question, you can ask me. Thank you everyone.